I joked about being a single parent while my husband was traveling for work. Now he's emotionally distant, avoiding intimacy, and says I was just telling the truth. Did I ruin our marriage over one comment? I'm 36, and I need some advice on how to smooth things over with my husband, 38, after a recent slip-up. We've been married for almost 9 years and have 2 kids, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. Our youngest is autistic and has a hearing impairment. Up until our son was 4 months old, my husband was working 12-hour days. Once it became clear that our son had additional needs, he quit his job during the pandemic to work from home and has been more present for the family. He handles school drop-offs, after-school activities, and even dinner while I'm at work. However, his job still requires him to travel a lot. He's been away for about 70 days so far this year. In November, he was only home for 6 days, and during one of our FaceTime calls, I made an offhand comment about getting used to being a single parent while he was away. It wasn't meant to hurt him, but I saw how upset he was. Since he's been back, there's been a noticeable distance between us. He's still great with the kids, but emotionally, he seems withdrawn. He's turned down sex twice since he's been home, something he's only done once after his vasectomy. I've apologized, but he says the comment was true and justified. I'm looking for practical advice on how to reconnect and move past this. Should I just give it time, or is there something specific I can do to fix things? Best comments. His perspective. Works long hours to make money. Changes jobs to be more flexible with kids. Has to travel. Gets told he is a shit parent and partner. Dude must be stressed, as without that comment. He's upset because it's true. He knows it and probably feels bad even though he really shouldn't. I think you need to apologize and just say, I see the sacrifices you're making for our family, and I appreciate everything you do. I know you are missing out on things here in order to provide for our family. I can't imagine that being away from us is any easier on you than it is on us. I am sorry, and I love you. I would also tell him that you realize he feels bad, and he shouldn't. A guy will never win. If he stays home and barely works, he's a deadbeat and not a real man. If he works and needs to be away some days, then his wife is immediately a single parent and he's a bad father. Because that is what she said when she called herself single parent. She says he does a lot of stuff when he's home, so I can't understand her reasoning. The only thing I can think of is that she's bored and is looking for drama in her life. Well, you got some. Update number 1, same day of the first post. Okay, so I knew asking random anonymous strangers on the internet would open a can of worms. I know my comment was bad, and I said it on the back of 10 straight days of having the kids by myself, knowing that there was another week to go. I probably should have explained about his work. My husband works in an industry where work from home is not the norm. His employer is halfway across the country, and because he joined them during a lockdown, he demonstrated to them that he could do it remotely, and they let him keep doing it. They're making noises for him to relocate on-site, but as long as his performance is good, they can't really force it. Also, he is lucky to have the job he has. He is working towards getting his qualifications in the industry, and because his employer was desperate during the pandemic, they were able to employ him without the usual degrees. He's still about 3 years away from being qualified as he studies part-time. Some other stuff. I won't go into too much detail about our sex life. It's infrequent at best, which is down to me. I underwent cancer treatment about 2 years ago, and my libido has been rubbish since. He's very understanding and forgiving about it. Thank you to everyone who gave constructive comments. I've had a read through and will post an update on what's happening. Update number 2. 7 months and 2 days after the last update. Hi, everyone. Almost a year ago, I posted this thread looking for advice. Since then, he and I had a couple of huge conversations which ended in us separating. Apparently, it stems back to when he started working from home, and he took on the lion's share of the household duties. It seems I kind of got used to him doing everything, including investing in our relationship. We're doing marriage counseling, and I'm hopeful of some reconciliation and being able to move back in together at some point. We're doing week on, week off with the kids, which seems to be working well for them. I know I'm not all to blame. He has some big issues with communication and not bottling things up. I think we could have got over this earlier if he'd been more communicative. Anyway, we've been apart for nearly 4 months now. Neither of us are dating, and I still think things are fixable. For those who chose to send me DMs saying that I deserve to be divorced or cheated on or assaulted or worse, I hope you have the life you deserve. For those who have genuine and helpful advice, thank you. I really mean it. You helped me find the courage to have the honest conversations with my husband, and we probably would have been on the fast track to divorce if not for your helping me frame my conversations. Best comments. Wait, so he was taking care of everything while he was there, but then when he went on the business trips to get both of y'all's finances together, you told him you're a single parent? That's fully hurtful. If I'm wrong, please help me understand. Also, to the people in the first post saying he needs to change jobs, what kind of effing world do y'all live in where the person can just do this on a whim? This is tragic. Now it's explained why her husband got upset with her. He does all the work, most of the housework when he's home, and she still had to complain. The one who was doing all the work was basically called a bum. Good on him for recognizing how his situation sucks. Hope he ends up in a supportive relationship. Whether that's with OP or not remains to be seen.